order in the court. I am Judge Kenny, presiding over these proceedings. And this court is now in session. And to my left, we have defendant Joby-Wan Kenobi.
Hello, Your Highnessy.
And on my right, we have Sir Matthew the Great.
Deciding decider. Thank you for welcoming me to your court.
And for this episode, we will be deciding if would you rather have your job taken away from you before your shift or after your shift. Now, Joe, give me your answer.
So here's the thing, sir.
Let us proceed!
let us proceed forward, onward. Hi ho, seller, away. All right, so here's my thing. You're gonna get fired from your job, right? If you get to work, say not a lot of people work from home. Let's say you drive all the way to work, you get there, and they're like, nah, can't do that. And you're gonna start your morning off fucking horribly because you just drove all the way to work. Now you gotta drive back in a shitty mood. You also gotta have your whole day taken from you because work most of the time is the first thing you're doing in the day. You get up, take your morning shit, jerk one out, get a shower, go to work. Now you gotta sit there and be like, fuck, my whole day is just ruined. So that is why you want to get fired after your shift.
All right, Matt.
After two.
That's I have the complete opposite take of that whole thing. It sounds miserable to me to have gone and worked and put a full day's worth of work in to then just be told at the end of it, okay, hey, when you're going home for today, just also don't come back. And then you're going home to go deal with that, and then you want to go to bed real easy. What are you doing at night? You're up drinking. You're probably making bad decisions. Nobody makes good decisions that late. In the morning, if I get let go first thing when I walk in and I walk back outside, especially if it's like a day like what today was, it's a nice sunny day. Go for a nice little walk. Try to steam or cool off a little bit. Maybe go get a nice breakfast. I have the whole day ahead of me to just still make it whatever I want it to be. And not just at the end when I'm already tired. If I want to go home and take a nap and just sleep it off for a little bit, cool. And then when I wake up, I've got still the rest of the day to go and still make the most of it. That's definitely, I think, the best way to get your mental state back right from losing a job is not to go right into the nighttime and then trying to go to sleep. It's being able to just deal with it throughout the day and then turn that around and make a good thing out of it.
Joe, what you got for that? Rebuttal.
So you're telling me you're gonna at 8 a.m. have a jolly old day. You're gonna go get some lunch somewhere, get some breakfast somewhere. You're gonna go for a jog around the park.
Joe, I'm gonna tell you 100% what I'm gonna do that day. That day, I am going to the bar and grabbing a drink
at 8 a.m.
I'm then going to a golf course.
Is the bar open? I just want a quick question. Is the bar open?
Yeah, 5 o'clock somewhere. I'm going to
5 o'clock somewhere. Isn't that after work?
Bro, that's not the meaning.
5 o'clock is after work. You're not traveling.
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock somewhere, bro. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Literally means it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so it doesn't matter what time it is where I am. I can drink. That's the fucking meaning of the whole thing. You're not understanding what that phrase means. You're helping my argument.
No.
You're I'm not. My argument.
I'm not.
I'd like to continue. I'd like to continue.
Hold up, because you got me heated now. That is not what I'm saying. I understand it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but it's not fucking 5 o'clock in Buffalo. The bar's not fucking open.
All right. So I'm sorry. I'm going to go to the golf course first and then go to the bar that's open there because the golf course doesn't care what time that you're going to drink. They're going to serve those drinks while they're open. So I'm going to go to the golf course. I'm going to have a very lovely day on the course, get some of that anger out. I'm going to then have a drink somewhere along the way. And then when I get home, I'm going to tell my wife that I got fired at the end of the day.
So now you're lying.
I had a nice
Is
day.
it? But wait, is it a lie?
You got
You
fired.
told her. You told her as soon as you got home.
You got fired
Oh, yeah.
afterwards.
Hey, I just got fired. No.
Yeah, like
you
yeah, I
didn't
got
just
fired
assumes
today.
at the end
You
of the
didn't
day.
just get fired.
No,
Well, I
but
mean,
that's still
I did.
today. Like you can say, like I mean, you can say,
Nah,
"Hey,
you
I
got-
got fired today."
You got
It's
fired
not
8
like
hours ago. Where were you?
At
I was
work.
at work getting fired. I got fired,
Where were you at 2:30 p.m.?
but she doesn't know. Like, so she's gonna sit there and ask you what time you got fired.
If you
I
say
think the point is, hey, I got fired. It's like, damn, that sucks. What you gonna do now? I'm gonna see what's up with the other jobs, and that's pretty much it. I don't think anybody would be like, what time exactly, approximately, did you get fired? Oh, you got fired at 8:30 this morning. So what were you doing all day? Like nobody realistically asked when you got fired.
I also don't believe that you're getting in the golf course without a tee time on a weekday morning when there is a lot of old retired white men around this area.
You again, I don't know where you live, but there are
You
plenty
do.
of
You've
courses
been
around
here.
here. I could promise you I could walk on any course.
And a
Promise.
weekday in the morning?
For a single person, absolutely.
Mm,
Absolutely.
you
It's
done
more
got enough
about the
retired people over there.
it's more about the weekday 4 o'clock when people are doing like the after work quick tea courses or tournaments.
Golfing alone. What a loser. He probably doesn't even have a
So,
job.
so I also have a question in here because I think this part to me was pretty important. Like, why am I getting fired? I think
'Cause you
that
suck.
really is
Well,
the key thing to me. So
I mean, it could be multiple reasons because I've been fired both ways. So that's why it's like, hey, I've been fired the moment I got in. I was like, damn, like you gonna fire? I was literally clocking in. It was like, hey, can you come with us? And the funny thing, like, it wasn't funny at the time, but it was because we had a contest going, and the winner got some kind of like huge Amazon gift card, whatever. So I'm walking in, and that's like up there on the side. And my boy next to me in the cubicle next to me, he's like, "Hey, you about to get that gift card?" Because I call you in office. I said, "I don't think that's happening," because I knew I was going to get fired. I was like, "I don't think that's happening." And they fired me. He was like, "How'd it go, man?" I was like, "I see, man." But I've also been fired at the end of a shift. Got them just, about the clock out. It was like, yeah, don't come back. I'm like, huh? What happened? We're letting everybody go. It was like, well, they letting everybody go. It wasn't just me, but they were like, we're letting everybody go. We appreciate y'all and this and this. And I was like, okay, well, that sucks.
now I would say, and this part's happened to me, a demotion you have to do at the end of the day, and usually, and I think the one that I had was end of day Friday. Like it was definitely we're gonna just tell you this, give you the weekend to just like not be pissed off for a little bit, and then come back Monday and hopefully you're okay. Like that has to happen end of day kind of thing. But so for me, why I ask about like the reasoning behind it, like if I'm getting fired because I'm a piece of shit employee kind of thing, then yeah, I probably would want it to be at the end of the day because I'm probably coming in and just doing nothing anyway. So yeah, let me get paid that extra day, and I already drove out here. Like I get that part of it, but if I'm a good employee and it's more of a like, hey, like, for whatever reason we have to let you go because we're downsizing or something like that. It's not
Yeah,
because
let's
of your
just say downside.
performance,
Let's
right?
let's not say you were fucking up. Let's just say you were
So
they were
so
it was
so
downside. You
in
didn't
that
know either way. You didn't know you were being fired.
so in that case, like I definitely, and it might just be one day's worth, but I don't want to give them the best of me. Like if I'm a good employee and I go in and like do my work and do my best to like really help the company be the best company it can be, then and you're about to fire me, then fuck off. I don't want to give you that extra day of my work that's probably more valuable than what I'm actually getting paid for. So yeah, no, that I would not. That's why I would rather it just be over and done with. And
So with this firing, you're being blindsided by it. You don't know you're about to get fired. You don't know the downsizing. You just coming in. You're either coming in, you're about to clock in. They're like, hey, come with us real quick, and then they let you know you're fired. Or at the end of the shift, you're like, hey, great job today, but we gotta let you go. Like it's one of those.
yeah,
So
no, and I
you
feel like
don't know. You're just blindsided by it.
almost like a respect thing too, because I guarantee you they didn't just find out like right at 2 o'clock and like, all right, we found out at 2 o'clock. We're gonna fire at 4. Like they probably sat on that for a minute that day. So that's also like a day of you. It's almost like that day, like right, like you were talking about. I feel like I knew that day. Like everyone's just kind of like being a little more quiet to you and just giving you a side eye a little bit. Like hey, people know.
Well, well, when I got fired, like I said, at the start of the shift, it was one of those things where I got into it with the boss, and it was over some bullshit. He was like micromanaging me, and I was telling him like, bro, like you're doing too much. Like I do my job, I get my numbers. You're doing too much. And I'm one of those guys. You know me. I'm happy. I'm clowning, doing my thing. They didn't like that there. So any reason they could, they're writing me up. So then he was like, if you get one more write up, then you're up for termination. I was like, okay, I got you. The very next day, I had 2 waiting on me, and I was like, okay. So then at the day after that, that was when I came in, and they was like, hey, come with us real quick, and I was like, yep. Getting fired. This dude was like, yeah, you didn't want to get that gift card. I'm like, I don't think so. but
Get
yeah.
something.
But the good thing was, I was cool with the hiring people downstairs because it was one of those call centers that had multiple departments in it. So I literally got a new job the moment I went back downstairs. They were like, yeah, we got another job for you. We messed with you, so we got another job for you. I was like, big bad. And then I just went home that day. I was like, well, I'm just going home. I mean, I got fired technically, so I'm just gonna chill. I'm not gonna work that other job today. I'm gonna just go chill.
Wasn't it nice to just go home and chill at that point?
That was cool. Well, it was cool because I had a job still. If I didn't have a job, I would have been sorry.
Because then you could also apply right away. I've had that one where you lose the job first thing in the morning and literally just I walked out of the building and walked right across the street and applied at the place right there because they were open and ready. I was dressed for work. I was in a suit. Like, all right, let's go.
So your closing statements. What would you guys say? Or unless you guys have any more rebuttals.
I would like to say at least I'm getting paid for the day. You walking out of that place negative. If I work the day, absolutely.
Okay.
Those are hours I'm getting paid. They're not fucking paying you if they send you home.
True. I thought you were on the side of getting.
So you're walking out negative because you had to drive to work, so that's gas. You had to get a shower and use products because you work in an office. Disgusting. That costs money. Probably stopped at Tim Hortons because it was going to be a good day for you, so you grabbed a coffee and a bagel. Now you're down. Now you're down $25. I'm up. It's like betting. You want to bet the $25 and walk home with $300, or you want to bet the $25 and walk home with nothing?
I'm walking home with 9 or 8 more of my own personal hours, and for me, I value my hours more than my work values my hours. So I feel like I'm actually getting the benefit of not working and not having to work that day. So I'm very happy to get fired early and not give them the best of me, and I start returning that to myself. Start that healing process immediately. Go into that next day very ready to go, ready to find that new job.
A whole day ruined compared to like 6 hours.
Yeah, because I had a great day at work that day. I'm sure that day was the best one ever.
It might have been. Life's what you make it, so let's make it rock. You know what I'm saying?
It might have been. It might be. And my phone might ring right now for someone to tell me that we won $1 million.
Never know.
I mean, that's pretty likely.
No, didn't happen.
So listen to both you guys. You guys both made some great points. Having the day to yourself after getting fired is nice because you didn't really have to do anything. You're just. I mean, you're up now, so you're like, well, I'm gonna be up. Go to the golf course. Hang out, do whatever I want to do. But then I did like the point of, working that full day and getting fired. It's like you knew I was gonna get fired. You could have told me. You could have told you knew all shift. So I like that. I like that as well. So this is a really, really close one. This is really, really close because both situations suck. So it's not like, oh, hard rep. Like they both suck. I would say going in this argument, I'm going on the side of getting fired early. Is better. He made a better point. He made some better points.
I know there were some good ones in there.
Yeah, he had some pretty good points.
At least when we let him go from T13, we can just fire him when he gets to the podcast.
Before the podcast.
He's gonna join in. There's gonna be a fourth person here. Oh, I didn't know we had a guest. He's actually your replacement. See you later.
That would the part would be shitty for me to show up and be like, "Hey, thanks for coming, but no, we're gonna do the next episodes without you."
Yeah, you better just look. You better hit me up on the side at that point. Don't let me get done with the entire like podcast. Like, man, we did a good job. Like, wait, you doing what? You firing me?
Listen.
Because now you
Before
got to kick me
go,
out the room. I'm like, no. I got you gonna hear me. And then
but yeah, before you go, let me close the door real quick. And just
gonna go off.
So I like your point about like, what if you don't know about it? Would you rather the beginning or the end? I almost also kind of thought about like the what if you do know it? Like, what if they told you like, listen, if you're late one more time, you're fired. You're gonna be fired. And then you show up late the next day, and you're like, all right, someone getting fired, and then you're just like waiting the whole day.
I've had that.
Oh, maybe they're not gonna do. Maybe they're not gonna do it. And then oh no, they did it.
I had that at a
usually when they
place.
do that, so sorry to interrupt you, but usually when they do that, you kind of know. You know, so I wouldn't say like you like either and you're like damn I fucked up, or it's like and you don't care, you're like man shit I'll be
Well,
late, that's what I do.
That's what I mean. But do you like that? I feel like that's such an awkward feeling of sitting there like, today's my last day. They're gonna come get you because they know too, and that's when you start. That's when the people fuck shit up. Like, all right, let me just.
Yeah, I had a place
opened up that attachment. Oops.
There's a place I worked at that I put in my 2-week notice, and I was told that they always let everyone go the day that they put in their 2-week notice. So I'm like, all right, that's perfect. I put in my 2-week notice. I'm sitting there, and my friend's like, oh yeah, they do that. I'm surprised they haven't came guy yet. I'm like, yeah, me neither. I'm like sitting there. They never came. Probably like 4 hours later. So I was like, fuck this shit. I just grabbed my stuff when my boss ran to the printer, and I literally grabbed all the shit off my desk I could carry and ran out the door.
I don't like that though when they fire
Blind
you
spot.
when it started the 2 weeks notice. You like, because especially with someone like me,
I understand it.
I plan mine to where at the end of the 2 weeks I'm starting the next job.
Oh, I get it, but I understand it too because those 2 weeks they're not working.
But it's still like
Right.
that's 2 weeks worth of money though. Like especially like if they fire you in the beginning, you're like, oh, I was like, because I had that happen to me too, where I had a job literally at the end of the 2 weeks, and they were like they were salty about it, so they fired me. Like, and they fired me like day 2. They even fired me the first day. It was like day 2 or 3.
Oh, that's even worse. I think
I was walking my dog, and I'm saying I got a text message. They was like, "Yeah, don't come back." But they said like that. But they said like that. But they were like, "Yeah,
stay out."
Yeah, they were like, "Yeah, we're letting you go. We understand. This and this." I'm like, "Oh, that's some bullshit."
We're gonna need you to drop off your keys.
No, that's what they did. You're gonna need to drop a key. I'm like,
you're gonna have to leave your keys in my apartment.
drop the counter, like give it 2 pats. You gotta give it 2 pats.
I'll miss you, fella.
But we're gonna end it here. Matt, you go ahead, close us out.
Anime pose.
You can catch all of our shows at the letter T, number 1, and then spell out the word 3, media.com. There's a whole bunch of other great shows up there, like Joe,
like me. I am a show. We do have the bad guy has spoken. We do have the geek in the sheets. We do have the book it. Unbiased hood movie reviews
and unbiased
shows such as those. Like, comment, follow, subscribe.